Yeshivat Rabbeinu Yitzchak Elchanan, RIETZ, is the foundation stone of Yeshiva University, producing nearly 50 musmachim every year, and with thousands of alumni. It is a vibrant, dynamic place of Torah scholarship. While the Kol Torah of its Talmidim resonates throughout the Wilf campus, the reverberation of its scholarship is felt worldwide. This is the story of RIETZ. America, at the end of the 19th century, when the Jewish community was truly in its infancy, a small group of rabbis and lay leaders gathered together with great concern. The new freedoms of the Golden Medina offered great opportunity, but with that opportunity came great danger of assimilation, a loss of our Masorah.
In America, the influence in the street is not a religious one. So if we're not going to have Jewish education, serious Jewish education for our children, we'll lose them. They won't be observant at all. In Europe, before the Second World War, you could be a religious Jew without having learned in a yeshiva. The whole community was religious.
Those who felt strongly became more keenly involved in promoting Jewish education as the sole tool to perpetuate Jewish life.
With great determination and with little wherewithal, they established a tiny yeshiva on the burgeoning Lower East Side at a private home on Henry Street.
RIETZ was named as the Rabbi Isaac Elchanan Theological Seminary in 1886 in memory of Rabbi Isaac Elchanan Spector, who was the major rabbi in Europe who had passed away at that time. It was located on the Lower East Side.
And there was already a large group of Russian immigrants who had come to America, and they wanted to honor this rabbi, who was the rabbi really of the whole world almost. And they built this yeshiva on his name, and it became a great university. It was the cornerstone of the whole university.
After 15 arduous years, a new building was needed, and 911 Montgomery Street became home. 5 years after that, 301 East Broadway, where yeshiva blossomed, and scholars, both old and new, reveled in Torah glory.
In the late 19th century, there really wasn't an established yeshiva institution, and RIETZ filled the void.
And then, a monumental day in the history of RIETZ, the move to Washington Heights. These words spoken by building chairman Harry Fischel.
We have assembled here this afternoon to celebrate the greatest event in American Jewish history, the laying of the cornerstone of the Yeshiva Isaac Elchanan, and the first Jewish college ever built in America. I will therefore say with the psalmist, "This is the day which the Lord has made. Let us be happy and rejoice thereon." We consider this the happiest days of our lives, for we have lived to see our dreams realized.
30,000 people attended the groundbreaking ceremony. And then, the Great Depression. Concurrent with yeshiva's rise was the greatest economic disaster of the modern world. With great difficulty, yeshiva persevered. With the war years, its ranks were swelled with Torah scholars escaped from European horrors, and refugees seeking a familiar language of Torah. Its musmachim took leading roles in war relief and began a tradition of army chaplaincy. During World War II, RIETZ Musmach Rabbi Herschel Schachter was a chaplain in the 3rd Army's 8th Corps and was the first U.S. Army chaplain to enter the Buchenwald concentration camp in 1945.
And in 1945, Yeshiva College became a university, and the university branched out under the leadership of the president at the time, Dr. Samuel Belkin of blessed memory, who was the successor to the first president, Rabbi Dr. Dov Revel.
With the end of the war came new challenges. Orthodoxy was decried as irrelevant in the face of explosive growth of other streams of Judaism. Demographers gleefully announced its imminent demise. And then a singular Torah warrior arrived who impacted yeshiva in ways wondrous and immeasurable. The Rav, no single individual has had a greater impact.
You can't talk about Yeshiva University without talking about its Rosh Yeshiva. He was, without a doubt, the towering Torah figurehead of Yeshiva for decades and decades.
I was fortunate to study by Rav Soloveitchik. He had so many traditions in Psak Halacha and heavy traditions, how to study Gemara and heavy traditions in Hashkafa. His chiddush was he was able to say over these traditions in modern language.
Many the restaurant and his sovereign will, which abide the man above his intelligence.
He taught and ordained 2,000 of the 3,000 who have been ordained to date.
He was a tremendous Talmid Chacham. He carried on the Brisker tradition of Talmudic analysis. It was an experience to see how people are energized by Torah.
In the years that followed, the yeshiva was faced with numerous financial challenges, which required the support of the entire Jewish community in order to continue.
The fact that we had financial problems was a sign that we were doing things. We need the bracha from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be able to make it. And one way or another, he helped.
Today, REITS impacts the world. The Center for the Jewish Future has evolved into the service delivery arm of REITS, serving Musmachim throughout their career and bringing YU Torah to more people than ever in our history through community kollels, Kollel Yom Rishon, and yutorah.org.
The vast majority of Orthodox congregations in North America are led by YU Musmachim.
And they really form the core of many school faculties. They form the largest core of shul rabbis in the country.
Every single student, in addition to their core smicha requirements, also has to fulfill additional courses and internship training for their specific rabbinic role in life.
We'll actually simulate with professional actors what it's like for a rabbi to be counseling someone. This is such amazing training. It's really the equivalent of many years of being in the field.
We have students who become doctors, lawyers, engineers, physicists, and they know how to learn Aktsai Sacheshen, they know how to pilpul, they know how to argue with the nesivas, they know how to learn very well. That's what the yeshiva is all about.
We're working with rabbis in the United Kingdom, we're working with rabbis and communities in Australia, in South Africa. The yeshiva has convened this unbelievable energy, this unbelievable Torah, and that we can share that Torah with the world.
It's been our tradition that we teach Torah and we do not ask to be paid for it. Every one of the men who come into our smicha program is granted a full scholarship.
The Gemara says, "Ma'ani b'chinam, avatem b'chinam." God gave us the Torah, He didn't charge us for it. So we have to teach Torah and not charge for it. And we follow that principle.
Amongst these young men, I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt, are the great leaders of tomorrow. We are embarking on a $50 million endowment fund where we would like to raise enough funds to know that for the foreseeable future, 5, 10, 15 years, the yeshiva can operate and not have to worry about funding. I think that would be a historical moment. We might have been a small yeshiva in 1896, but REITS particularly has evolved into a major institution in the United States, if not the world.
REITS is a diamond. It's the best investment anyone can make in the future of the Jewish people.
A tradition that started over 100 years ago that now continues to be, I would say, the foundation stone of a Jewish future.